All right. Good evening once again, fight fans. Neil the Deal's in the house. He's got a great show lined up for us tonight, I believe. So what do you got for us, Neil?
They're all great shows, Graham. I don't do any bad ones. I wouldn't have a
That's
job.
true. That's true. That's true.
This is
Good.
all I do is good shows, guys. How you doing, everybody out there? Neil the Deal fans, Talkin Fight fans. Thanks a lot for all the likes, shares, Graham. Thanks again for having me out as usual. I love you, man. All right, so guys, thanks a lot for everything. It's been again after the Sid Vanderpool thing. Oh my gosh, you guys have been coming in here like fast and furious. I got to adjust my hat. Which way is it going here? All right, let's figure this out. How do I
You
look?
look
That's better.
good. You look good.
All right. This new haircut screwing up my hats. I got to adjust all the straps. So, anyways, what's going on is we're going to talk about a guy tonight. Oh, the likes, shares, the comments, and the subscriptions, and the Sid Vanderpool thing. Thanks, Sid, again. Can't wait to hook up with you in the next couple of weeks, and we'll go over a little regimental training thing that I have in mind. So, can't wait for Sid to train me.
And before we go any further, Champ Bolloré made a little bit of a correction to the facts that we were distributing last night. And Troy Ross is not in Puerto Rico to be trained. He is training Jean Pascal.
Oh, now I keep going with the wrong hand in these cameras. I don't know what's going on. All right, that's it. That makes more sense right there. I was going to I thought about it last night before I went to bed, and I thought, you know what? I looked up Jean Pascal, and he's still fighting, and then Troy Ross is retired. So I thought, yeah, maybe it's actually the opposite. Troy Ross is down there training Jean Pascal, and that's what you just said that the champ. Thanks, Ray. See, that's why we got the best, the biggest, the best, the heavyweights, the world champions on Talk and Fight. That's who we got. We have the guys who can actually just call them up and say, hey, you know what's really going on down there. So when you're at the talkandfight.com, we don't take no pictures. People take pictures of us. And that's how it works.
And before I forget, talk about a small world. Today, Scarlett Delgado on her show had Caitlin Clark, who, guess who she's getting trained by right now? Sid Vanderpool.
Freddie Roach.
No, Sid Vanderpool.
Oh, there you go. Sid Vanderpool. There you go.
So small world.
Just a little bit, guys. Sorry about this. Is it my chair? Is it this way? Got to go the right way here. There, that's better for me. I like that better.
All right.
Yeah, that's amazing. So Sid is actually training her. Wow. Check that one out, guys. There's a tidbit for you. And this is relative right today stuff. You know what I mean? So keep up on her. And does she have a website or anything, Graham? You know, people can go check her out.
Where was she? Is she on Box Rec? She's training for the Canadian Nationals. If I'm not mistaken.
What's her name again? What's her full name and what's her division? Like what size is she? All that stuff, Graham.
I don't know her weight class. Caitlin Clark, and she was the guest with Scarlett Delgado earlier today on the Female Fist. So if you go to our website, talkandfight.com, you'll hear all about Caitlin Clark and all about Sid Vanderpool and what a great guy he is, as we know.
Wow.
And and she gave the other perspective as to his training regimen and what's involved in training with Sid. He's a true gentleman and loves the sport.
That's awesome, man. So there you go, guys. There's the scoop right there from the man from the scoop, the Big Ray. Then we have our newest addition, I believe, the girl. I haven't met her yet personally. And can we pump her up a little more, Graham? And I need her name again. The girl on the show.
Scarlett.
The female fist. Yeah, I like her.
Scarlett Delgado. Yeah, she's done a great job. Last week she had Mandy Bujold, the Olympian, gold medalist, I believe, at the Pan American Games a while back. And this week she had Caitlin Clark, who's a national champion as well. So, Scarlett herself is a boxer, and is well regarded in the sport. So we've got a well-rounded crew out in the field, digging up all sorts of stories, and whether they're boxers, fighters, trainers, whether they're still active or retired. We've got it all covered. So, what do you got for us tonight, Neil?
Well, that's amazing, right? So that's it. The Female Fist guys support the other Talk and Fight hosts. They're all pros like myself. I'm completely blown away by the fact that these real professional boxing people are now stepping up and actually becoming hosts on our podcast here. So, guys, we're improving every day thanks to you guys, the likes, the shares, comments, and of course the subscriptions. Keep them flying for all the shows. It's all good. I love it all, really. And I'm really going to start getting into this female fighting stuff, Graham, because really, I've never really watched it. I mean, you see those MMA, Ronda Rousey and stuff, but that crap's all glorified street fighting. It's a bunch of girls drunk at a party. You know what I mean? So it's not really, to me, it's not much really. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's good, but it's still girls. You know what I mean? So they're doing their best, and now they're actually getting really good. That's the thing. So it's been about what 10 years of the women fighting or something.
Yeah, 2012 was the first time that women were fighting in the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. So so now Neil the Deal has got a new sport to pay attention to. Well, how can you not pay attention to girls? I don't know. But you know what I mean? What am I going to tell you on that one? But all right, I'm all in for that. Girls with spunk. I love girls with spunk. That's my stuff. You know what I mean? If you don't got no spunk, I don't know what to tell you. All right, so guys, listen. Thanks a lot for everything. We're going to talk about one of my favorite dudes, one of those guys that we all know. Everybody, he's worldwide. Everybody knows this guy at one time or another. It doesn't matter what sporting event you've watched, any genre of sport. And he's apparently like I didn't even know that he did all that until I started digging into him a bit more. I love him a lot, and we're going to talk about a ring announcer. All right, an American ring announcer tonight. His name is Mr. Michael Buffer. Michael Buffer. All right. So we all know that he has that catchphrase. Graham, what is the catchphrase for that guy?
Oh, don't tell me.
Really?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, that was a good guess. Bing! Got it. How many catchphrases in boxing from ring announcers do you know, Graham? What's the other ones you know? I thought that was the only one.
I can see the mic hanging down. I was
anyway. Let's get ready to rumble. That guy, that's what I'm talking about.
You got it.
So, anyways, we're talking about the guy. He's a really interesting individual, Graham. I really had no clue. You see him out there dressed. He's a good-looking man. He's always buffer. I guess that's his style. He's got to be quite Michael Buffer. He's pretty much buffer than anybody in the crowd. He's the MC. He's got it going on, and he's well respected, like by not only the fans but the fighters. Man, I was reading a magazine a few years ago, and I remember that Sugar Ray Leonard had mentioned that anytime that Michael Buffer was the ring announcer for a fight that he was involved in, he actually made the fighters fight harder just from the way he announced them into the fight. So that in itself is a really cool thought. Like, put that into your mind, guys, that you're in the ring, you're ready to go, and the guy's announcing your name and you're ready to go, but then he gives you that, the way he did it and does it actually gets the fighter's blood boiling. And my favorite guy, Sugar Ray Leonard, said he fought better when Buffer was actually announcing his name. So that's how a small thing like that can become such a big thing in a big situation. I mean, you know what I mean? These guys are fighting for the world titles. Michael Buffer's not doing the Hershey Center. He's doing Madison Square Gardens, Caesar's Palace, the Trump casinos. Like, you know what I'm saying? So his little way, the way he does that in the beginning, he gets everybody's blood flowing and the fans go nuts. And I even go nuts. I'm at home. I love seeing that guy. You know, he's fun. He's like a fun guy to see. And you only get to see him for what, Graham? About maybe 5 minutes or
At the
3 minutes, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the main attraction, but he's somehow catapulted himself into being a main attraction. So, congratulations, Michael. You're awesome. Neil the Deal gives you 2 of them. Bing, 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 bing. You know what I mean? You're top notch, buddy. I might just try to, once you retire, maybe that's my job, Graham. Maybe I should become a ring announcer. That would be pretty cool, eh?
I
Like,
want to train for that.
I don't know, man. Well, we're going to talk about him, so I'll let you know what he did for his training. How's that? And then
Sure.
I'll give you a little bit more. All right, let's start this up now. Okay, so he's a ring announcer, an MC. He does boxing and wrestling. That's all he does. All right. He has a half brother. His name is Bruce. He does the MMA stuff. We all see him. He does the let's fight. That one. You know what I mean? He sticks his arm out like this, or like this, or like, you know what I mean? He says, let's fight, or something like what? Well, no, is it? No, it's what is it, Graham? Hold on. Let's get ready to rumble. And then the other guy, his brother is he did a couple of them. Oh, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. So, anyways, his half brother actually has the trademark on the shuffle up and deal thing in the poker, like, you know, the World Series of Poker, you know, the big one, right? The stuff I like, the big boys, you know, Joe Cata and Phil Hellmuth and stuff, you know, and they have those announcers, the Vince Van Patten and the other guy. Well, his brother apparently is the one that created the shuffle up and deal moniker or trademark or whatever you call it, right? So they have a family history of making these statements of you know, and trademarking them and making a lot of money. So I read where Michael Buffer, just from that statement, "Let's get ready to rumble," has, just from that, not his appearances, not anywhere he goes or works or does whatever, just from the trademark of that statement, "Let's get ready to rumble," he's made to date $400 million. I know, just from that statement. 400 million. Guys, that'll tell you. Think about it. Maybe you guys can come up with a good one. It's 400 million. So, and that was, he's probably at the 500 million mark now. Probably. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I was completely shocked by that because, hey, I didn't know that if you like said something. Yeah, that's it. Right on. You said something. Basically, what happens is you can actually make money from what you say. So I'm saying a lot, but I need to get 400 million. Wow. All right, let's keep her rocking.
Yep.
Well, anyways, he was born November 2nd, 1944, so that makes him 76 years old. He's got 2 kids. He's been married twice. All right. He had the 2 kids with his first wife. He proposed to his second wife on one of the, I think it was a Tonight Show or the Letterman or something. Apparently, he did this. See, this haircut is bothering me. All right, that's better. So he began his career in announcing and being an MC in around 1982. 82. All right. So he didn't he didn't like, he wasn't like 20 years old or something and became a ring announcer. He actually had jobs before he did this job. So apparently he enrolled in the US military at 20 years old, Graham. So he went and did a stint in the military when he was young. And then he left and he decided, well, you know, the military was good, but I guess try to get a better job. He became a used car salesman. You know what I mean? So he's selling cars. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I've had a million jobs, so I don't like, that's, you know, I sell everything. I'm Neil the Deal. So then all of a sudden the used car salesman thing wasn't working out. Like, he didn't sell any cars as much as he would. So somebody said, oh, you're probably, all the girls were buying cars off him, is what I figure. And then some girl probably said to him, geez, you're really good looking. You should be a model. So then he went into a modeling career. Now he's a model. So he's strutting down all the, you know, the runways and hanging out with Victoria's Secrets, He's being all cute and all that jazz. Then all of a sudden, somebody shows up and goes, "Oh, that guy's really cool." And somehow it was Bob Arum. You know who he is, Graham? Bob Arum. He's a boxing promoter, right? There you go. Who's the other one that they used to have these battles on? Who's going to do the fight? Who owns the rights? Who's the other guy that they're talking about, Graham? Always.
Don King.
Don King. There you go, Graham. You're awesome. Oh my gosh, Graham. You must be reading up on it. Your encyclopedias must be just burning over there, right?
I know, my brain's just exploding these days.
Yeah, Encyclopedia Britannica. You broke them out, blew the dust off, and started checking out, what you used to do when you were younger, right? We all had those ones. So anyways, he becomes a model, all right? So he's doing all this. And so I guess somebody saw him, Bob Arum or somebody. So this guy's really cute. Maybe we can make him a ring announcer. So this was around, he was around 32, I believe, when he became the model. And he probably was like, this isn't really my thing. So he started getting, around 82, he started getting into the MC ring announcer stuff. And around 83, he was 83 or 84, he created that catchphrase, "Let's get ready to rumble." And it was just something that he was doing at the time. And he was working for Bob Arum originally, so he was the guy on ESPN, Top Rank. That was when we first saw him. I remember that because when I was a kid at 83, I was about what? I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm too old. He basically came out of nowhere, and then I see this guy doing his little moniker shtick thing, and I was literally, Graham, I was like, that was cool, because before him, local promoters would hire local talent, like just guys who were like truck drivers or plumbers or carpenters to be the MC. You know what I mean? There wasn't really a defined position, right? It's just wherever you were, somebody would, you want $10 an hour, go up there and introduce the fighters, whatever. But this guy innovated, created, and made simplicity. That's what I do. All right? That's the key to life. Communication, simplicity, and compassion, humanitarianism, and some philanthropy thrown in if you can afford it. Then you're doing all right. So I'm working on that. All right. So he ends up working for Bob Arum. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it gets really popular really fast, Graham? And then out of nowhere, what happens? Who shows up? The Donald. The Donald shows up. McDonald Trump. Yeah, McDonald. He showed up. And McDonald says to him, "Listen, I'll pay you like 3, 4, 5 times more than that guy." Well, Buffer said, "I guess I'm working for Trump casinos now." Exclusively. So he went there, and then, of course, the other guy, what's his name, Vince McMahon or something, he jumped on board. So he grabbed him for all those big wrestling matches and stuff. So there's all this problem. Trump's all peeved off because he's stealing his guy and blah, blah, blah. And, like Vince McMahon don't care about anybody anyways. He's a piece of whatever. And he's a weird guy. And what happens? Trump steals him, apparently. So he ends up stealing him. And basically what happens is he kind of hangs with Trump. He's basically under contract to Trump, right? So eventually he gets out of the contract. And he basically, he starts working with other companies. He works with this, apparently he works with this company called Matchroom. Have you heard of Matchroom before, Graham? It's an English event promotional company.
Yeah.
And I've never heard of them, but I know they work with Sky Sports, because when you watch them on satellite, they will have they'll have Sky Sports, and then they'll have Matchroom. I've seen that thing on the screens, so on your TV, right? But I didn't really know what Matchroom was until I looked into Buffer. So he apparently he worked really hard on that. He likes to like I say, he made the $400 million. He did all the boxing stuff. Then I was interested to see that he actually, and I've seen him a couple of times, and I just figured he was doing a special guest thing or something. But he does more than I thought. He's actually announced for Major League World Series baseball. All right, Stanley Cup Finals games, NBA Finals. Right. He's also done NASCAR, like at Bristol. He did NFL playoffs. He's done Indy 500. He's done the U.S. Grand Prix, auto racing club stuff. Like I guess that's like 24-hour Le Mans stuff of the Sebring, stuff like that. So I mean, he's done all these events, and so he's built a massive following and a giant career. And I'm just completely blown away, to be honest with you. Like that's impressive. You know what I mean? He's a little guy from Pennsylvania. He was born in Pennsylvania in a place called Roslyn, Pennsylvania. And you know, I don't think Roslyn, Pennsylvania is on the map, really, probably. You know, it's not, I don't think so, right? And look what he's done with his life. So, guys, that'll tell you what you can do with yourselves. If you apply yourselves a little bit and you give yourself a little bit of credit and you get out there and do it, stop procrastinating, you're good to go. And have a little faith in yourself and faith in God. You know what I mean? Just have some faith. It'll happen. Trust me. I've been working on it since I was a kid. So, and we're still working on it every day. We get better and better. So, anyways, he did a bunch of TV stuff too, Graham. And you're going to laugh at this. Graham will like this because I've never seen this. But apparently he was on a show in the Philippines, which your kids or your wife might have seen. And I've never heard of it because Phineas and Ferb?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Phineas and Ferb?
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb. Okay. I was like, oh, that's so he's actually gone international with himself. He's been animated on what? How many shows, Graham? I've seen him on The Simpsons, South Park, that show, all kinds of them. You know what I mean? Any animated shows, they always have like he'll be like the ring announcer between Bart Simpson and there'll be like Michael Buffer in there, right? It's freaking awesome, Imagine being animated. Like Neil the Deal. I am animated. That's the real animation. All right, so he also ended up, he was a, what do you call it? Referee, I guess, of a YouTube fight. We're going to talk about this real quick here. We'll let you guys go tonight. We're doing all right. Okay, so Michael Buffer, if you're out there, Neil the Deal is challenging you to call the producers. And if JB wants to come and do his thing, I know you're scared, but it's fine. Maybe we can get Michael Buffer for this charity event to come out and be the announcer for the charity event. I think it would be awesome. So, Mike, if you're out there, buddy, and hey, I'd love to meet you someday, man. I've watched a million times. Almost every fight I watch is Michael Buffer, and I get all excited because it's Michael Buffer. There he is. It's like super cool. It's the best. So apparently he did one YouTube fight, and it was the Logan Paul KIS fight. So he was actually announcer. And to end it all, if you're in, Mike, it'd be all in. JB, if you want, just call us. We're good to go. He was treated. He's an announcer for a living. He's treated for throat cancer, Graham. On a sad note, around 2008. So it's now 2021. So God bless you, Michael. Obviously, your doctors have been able to keep it under control. God bless you. Hope everything goes well, and hopefully you'll see Neil the Deal, or somebody will tell you we did a little thing on you over here. Love to have you out, Graham. Thanks again. Take care of yourself. Maybe we'll see you on Monday, eh? Thanks, guys. Likes, shares, comments, all the stuff you guys have been doing. And I want to say hi to Amanda. If you're out there, Amanda, God bless you. I love you, baby. Take it easy.
Thanks, Neil. We'll see you. That's right, on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys. Have yourselves a good weekend. Stay safe.